never felt tomorrow closing in this fast. Oh, I guess time's in a rush. Leaves are falling down, but at least they grow back, while I'm on a one-way track. Now I know what it means to grow old. Yeah, now I know the time I've got, it is just enough to get by. Yeah, it is just enough to get by. Sometimes I understand I'm making all the wrong demands in life. It never pays in the end, but still I am here, moving on like before. I'm yearning to reach the shore. Now I know what it means to grow. It is just enough to get by. Oh, now I know what it means to grow old. Yeah, now I know the time I've got, it is just enough to get by. Yeah, it is just enough to get by.
Guys, so it's later now, obviously. I wanted to update you guys on like how I'm doing. I mean, it's the very first night, so I won't lie, it's extremely rough. I'm actually doing a lot worse than I thought, which I'm surprised. I thought I was actually going to do a lot better today, but I mean, during the day today afterwards, there's a lot of tears. I mean, you guys saw some of it, but I've been busy all day with the kids ever since that, and now that it's nighttime, this is probably, being brutally honest, the first night of deployment is the absolute worst night of the entire deployment, because your house is the first night you actually feel like your house is empty, and like as you can see, there's like no one going to be sleeping here. I mean, except Cardboard Brian. Maybe he'll sleep here. This is my cardboard husband. that I actually got last deployment, and I actually ended up carrying it with me a lot of places to get him included in some pictures that we took over the last deployment. So here we took him back out, and here he is. But the first night's always the worst, so I know that I'm gonna struggle. Like, as soon as this video cuts off, I know I'm gonna be struggling because there's obviously something missing in my home now, and it's pretty rough. So basically, just talk you guys through what happened this morning, like how it works. I've had a lot of questions about how it works. And basically, we went to his unit this morning. Some of the guys deploying went to the airport, just the like commercial airport, and they could fly off, but the ones that have an aircraft and have flight crew, they had to fly out from the unit. So that's why we had to go to the unit. My husband was in charge of an aircraft flying it down to their destination. So we went there, and there was about an hour or so for families to walk around, get pictures of the aircraft, things like that. Like, those are pictures that you probably want before a deployment. They're just nice to have. And then there's a point they're given a time that they have to say goodbye, and you have to stay on one side of the fence, and they are on the other side of the fence. And that's what the goodbye that you saw in my car when we were saying goodbye. And then I almost had it. I was so close to making it through without crying at all. And then when he kind of, you probably, I don't know if you could hear it or not because I haven't seen the footage, but his voice started to crack, and then I started to cry. And I hate crying in front of my husband when it comes to him ever leaving anywhere. And this is just me being honest, because in my mind, I feel like if I cry in front of my husband, that he's going to be worried about me and what I'm feeling versus what he should be focused on. And the first rule about the military is that they have to focus on their job at hand and their mission first and family second, because you don't want their mind somewhere else. Like, I just never want him to think, like, be worried about me being able to handle something. So that's why I try not to cry in front of him when it comes to him leaving. But he started to cry first, technically, so that's why I cried. And then I don't know how embarrassing that clip's going to be, because like I said, I haven't seen it yet. But basically the floodgates opened at that point. And then you saw probably them flying off in formation. So they go over, they get everything ready, they actually leave. And I'm sure you're probably wondering why Brian was not in that formation. You probably saw that he was behind, and that's because his aircraft actually broke the day before. So they were still fixing it during that formation fly off. And so I was actually there an hour and a half after the families left and the formation flew out, because my husband, they were still trying to get his aircraft back up. So the two that flew off last, I'm pretty sure I labeled his, or I can label his helicopter to show you guys which one. So he flew off with the group of two because they had to have a buddy system and make sure his aircraft was good. Luckily for me, the twins slept in the car, and I just got in and out of the car to take video when I could. Normally the twins won't sleep if the car's just sitting still. So by some miracle, like, the Lord was like, just gave me that break. They both fell asleep and were sleeping, and it allowed me to stay an extra hour and a half. And I'm forever grateful, because I was planning on leaving at first during the big formation, but I just couldn't bring myself to leave once it left, because I knew my husband was still across the fence. I just couldn't leave. And the fact that they stayed asleep the whole time made it that much easier for me to stay. And I know I'm going to get asked about the big girls. Why weren't the big girls there? And that's because it's very traumatic for kids. Some kids might be able to handle it. Mine would not. Paige, the last deployment, was Aniston's age, and she was very traumatized by it. We're talking hours of crying afterwards. It was very traumatizing for her to not be able to see her dad across the fence and not be able to get to him. That would have been the same with Aniston being there. So they said their goodbyes early, and the twins don't know what's going on. So both the girls actually are doing okay right now, so that's how I know it was the right decision for us. Like, not everyone brought their kids. Some did, some didn't. It's really personal preference. So I feel like we made the right decision, because I couldn't have traumatized them and then expected them to go to school. So they went to school and actually did great, and were distracted by that. So that's why they weren't there, in case you guys are curious. And that was just the decision that we made together about whether or not they should come to that part of it. So we decided against that. But that's basically what goes on the morning of the deployment, at least in this case. I mean, everyone is probably going to be a little bit different. But I do just want to go ahead and give my thanks in advance. I know how supportive you guys are, and I'm sure by now I've probably already announced it on Instagram. I do plan on kind of insinuating it here soon. I just have to delay insinuating anything because there's rules about that kind of thing. I'm sure you guys know that we have to be very careful, and this video is going to be delayed for a while, but I just want to say thank you because I know the kind of people that follow my channel and how sweet and supportive you guys are. So thank you in advance for your kind words. Yeah, hopefully there's kind words that follow this. I'm just kind of laughing thinking about it if I spoke too soon, but really, I know that so far you guys have been really supportive, so I know that when you guys see this and know that it's actually like official, you guys will probably be kind too. So thank you in advance for that. And I'm sure when this camera goes off, I'm going to be a nightmare. So I'm just kind of sitting here delaying it, just talking. But I need to end this video because I can't really avoid my real life now. But hopefully by the time this video goes up, I'm in a better place. I'm sure I will be. I probably won't even post this until I feel like emotionally okay to post it, because for one, editing this is probably going to be really hard. But yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know he's officially gone, and it sucks. It just sucks because, you know, you feel like a part of you is missing, and it sucks. You go through a lot of emotions. I'm going through sadness, I'm angry, I'm just all the things. But yeah, so by the time you guys see this, I promise I will not post this until I'm in a better headspace and I'm okay. But yeah, that's going to be all for this video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.